beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Fambulem, na voice of Sierra Leone. Una good evening, una good morning, una good afternoon, wherever you are in the world, wherever side you find yourself at this moment. This na Fadima, the country, again with another edition of Social Media Review. Today is the 7th of March 2021. And we tell God thank you as usual for another day, for another chance to make things right. We tell God thank you for just giving us the gift of life, because among we every day we see people and they die. We get 3 young men them among us, less than 3 weeks. We don't die, corona. Some die, two of them die of corona, the other one of heart attack. The stress of the world. Late Mamadou Bangura M. Banks, he died about 10 days ago. Then we get a young guy, the grandson of the late MS Mustafa, in Grand Pekin, MS, what they call MS, instead of getting grandpa name, he died of corona. Yesterday we woke up to Facebook and everybody is just saying, rest in peace, rest in peace, rest in peace. And some other young lady then die, where just rest in peace, corona, corona, corona. The world is going on. Life is a chaos right now. It seems like it is a chaos, but we're still grounded in hope. We're still grounded in the Almighty. We're still grounded in that, with long life, God go satisfy we. We dey do all we can. Corona is real. Corona is killing people. But the country where una fen una self, we born, we come out Sierra Leone, God don't spare we, that kind of devastation they where the rest of the world they feel. Economically and stressfully, Salone they go through and but even though one person died, right now 79 people don't die of coronavirus. 79 is too many. Everyone we don't see, this thing they go on, but life is still going on. Right now, 2 great new cases they say they get of corona, and then they get 79. But because you not seen 2 new cases, I want make una get this thing now. Una head say because na 2 person they no more get, no mean say corona not there. It mean back say na the test the way they do. They not do how many tests did they do? Forget 2. They do that boku test like what they do before all that they come into play. But the thing where they say corona is real, mask up. Texas, Wemidena, and another state in Mississippi, they don't come out say corona. Then they go 100%. Then they take off the mask. Mask is not mandatory no more. But the common sense people, you go use your head, you go wear your mask, you preserve yourself, you protect yourself, because nobody go preserve you but yourself. Nobody will protect you as you self can protect yourself. So let we try for do the right thing. Let we mask up as best as we can for try to preserve the life of us and the lives of others. So with me as usual again, every day where we can, I get me 2 gentlemen, lawyer Shilon of North Carolina, a practicing attorney for over 40 years in the United States. And it just like such good lawyer, if you get any problem, any case, any advice, when I call on we go try for direct on the right side where you can to legal problems. When I call on we go there. And also we get we on VOS, we get we on honorary professor, Professor Kutubu Koroma, a voice where they on social media, a voice where he's an influencer. He's an influencer, whether you like it or not. Sometimes we all don't agree with what Kutubu they put out there, but he puts out stuff. He tells history. He's an historian where the books of Sierra Leone then get for recorded their history because we lose history if it is not recorded. So I get with me as in a part of VOS, in a part of this show here, so social media review, and he also now don't take the place of we young producer the social media review. So we can't talk on issue then today we're hot na social media. We can't talk. Some people not gonna like that, but I want to let una be very, very open-minded, optimistic, and look at the bright side, because there are things we have to put on the table. There are questions we have to ask. We get for ask the questions, the hard questions. Somebody has to ask it. wetin we want as people, wetin we want as country, wetin dey work and wetin no dey work, how for push we country go before. But before we go into the conversation, lab come to una with Mr. Shilon and Professor Kutubu. Let them tell una plenty I do and Rob Mott by waiting so far I don't talk. And then the conversation will continue because this is a conversation. Share to your friends. Call your friends, call your people that engage. Because I tell you the one day where they run the country, then they listen to what you they say, then they hear what you they say. And sometimes we they see say there are things that they do that we talk about that they are doing. So unalo we continue for put with voice, unalo we continue for can talk, and unalo we continue for push salon go before low try with the agenda because the mission here is Sierra Leone, Sierra Leone, Sierra Leone. So I pass on to me fine gentlemen them, una tell the people they are do, then let we continue.
Well, good evening, good afternoon, good morning, any part of the world where you day. I name Mohammed Madiu Shilon. As Ms. Fadima say, I do not the United States, so me a co-host. So we just try for the world as usual on Sundays. About this time, then we meet worldwide and discuss matters of common issues, matters where they affect Sierra Leone, and come up with suggestions where we hopefully think the government or the one that we get the power under will listen to and implement some, if not all of which in we suggest. A lot of times, a lot of people, they call and come up with comments and suggestions that will make a lot of sense. So I hope we leaders then go understand, say, like they can say, not to book make sense, now sense make book. So sometimes people and they will not get all the big degrees them, but then get creative thoughts. They can think of things where even the bookman they think of, and then get solution or suggestion for solution of some problems then where we get, where we still the struggle with. Some simple things then, basic stuff then, social issues, things that we will be able for master before, get control over. Now it look like because of politics, we don't lost control or deliberately, or we just lost with practice. So we'll touch on all of that in there. And like Ms. Fadima say, the corona issue is still alive and well. It affects people then, or they catch people in a different part of the world. We own country because we not get everything it takes. It's clear that the official report is one thing, but I think there is a thing we will call the realistic report, because the government not get the capability for, and maybe even the process for be able to record people that will die or who are sick as a result of corona. But nonetheless, not the government get to do everything. We, the people, also get to do a lot. You see, government now lead no man can lead, but most of what get to be done for the good of the country, now we say safe, get to do that. And so there are some common sense approach them by the what we self can put. Government not get for tell we but one time. Wear mask. If you can't afford mask, get a tailor who will sew one or two for you. You will wash every now and then. A art for keep distance 6 feet apart, but do the best you can. You know, you go for try. You know, so the thing that what we're able to do, let we do them. And when they talk about the vaccination, again, like I suggested last time, please, when I suggest to the officials they under, if the officials they no one try the vaccine where they come from China, well, me not recommend anything for go against government, the instruction, but me they ask the people that they use their own common sense for see if they feel safe. If you feel safe, you can go get them. But I think say as a matter of policy, it will be wise if we see the minister, the doctors, them, the nurses, them, and then of course the Chinese ambassador, if they take the vaccine, then we could feel better. But it's kind of hard for, like, we were in this country in good conscience, they impose or insist on people and for go take vaccine. Where we in this country, where people hesitate, the president go take up, the vice president go take up. Then the chief administrators them were responsible for disease and all this corona, then go and take up. Then they make some people like we feel comfortable for take up. So if we want for copy examples, we get for see how the big countries them, as well as some small African countries them. If I don't reach some side, we side and say Senegal, now one of the least affected countries, now the world with corona. Because they implement their own policy, they create policy where they put into effect, where they've had very, very low death rates na Senegal, right? Next door to we. So, but we can be, we the Falamakata all the time, and we don't even know how for Falamakata. You know, because we are Falamakata, if the people can take 4 steps, we want to take 2 steps, or we take 8 steps. Never in tune with waiting with the land, because we not to spend time for land anything like we used for be. So, but Senegal is a good copy, a country where we can ask how to do their business. And many ways they can do it. They can send expert to we. We can do it by Zoom. The Minister of Health can call them, the Minister, and ask for help. The African Union, then for that, you know, not always the wait man or the international organizations, they have the tie of we all the time. We can't figure things out. And when I say we, I even say it for do that, because some African countries got it. They understand, and they make real serious progress. Some African countries, them, you know, countries like Tanzania, countries like Ghana, like Senegal, you know, like Rwanda, you know, Ethiopia. These are good examples. They're now in Africa, you know, Botswana. So we get a lot of place for Sierra Leone people, and when you get serious leaders, them you will see serious and good results. So Namio contribution or suggestion, Andy, at this time. So please let we come up with some discussion and see anybody will get an idea. Last week somebody called me from England, I think. We seem to get some idea in the health sciences where they talk about Lumley and the fish scarcity. So he threw in on ideas there. That was great. So for now, that's all I get for say. So I turn it over to Professor Kutubu.
Well, I did tell everybody I do, and as a matter of fact, I would just want to associate myself with the remarks we to don't make. I mean, and also say any other thing they for add more than the fact say that I don't expertly and eloquently lay out the case. So back to you, Fadima.
Okay, madam. We see boku thing, like where I said this na social media review. We see boku thing the way they go on. This week we see something where really bother we. A lot of Sierra Leoneans were up in arms and just disgusted with what happened. They have an area na Freetown where they call Belgium. And Belgium na usai anything where you want fan, they say you go get and day. You go get and day, people then get a half business, then they get command them, then they get a half business for fend and woman them, then they get a half business for fend and tomot. And tomot now usai post in the day by day, then they hustle, then they try for buy and sell and trade. And that area they now usai from House Street, Kandong to Lightfoot Boston Street to all inside the way batter been there for una we not understand usai and get a kind of place that they for go down towards go down towards Kinjimi area and all that area there around that area Swazi area all inside and there. We get business people, then women and men, then they hustle every day, then get all kind of thing where you want buy, you go fena inside there. So case come out, we see AYV breaking news. Waiting happen in Belgium. Well, the story where come forth is say some bobo them where they call themselves waiting soldier against self. I don't forget the name. Waiting at the name again. I
So
don't
another soldier,
soldier team.
soldier,
Soldier team.
soldier group or soldier
Yes,
team? Yes.
they say then Sidom soldier team then come attack them, then come with policeman them, then come attack them, and when they attack the policeman then come, the bobo then thief then thinks them, the bobo then go. Who done a soldier team? Soldier team now the one them where they sit on a SLPP office. But I want make this one point. Not only SLPP gets them bobo then do. APC self get their own them. I don't know what's in their own name, but they say get the one the way they sit on a party office. And this not the thing where for long time we don't talk say these are the forgotten young generation where we believe say after the war we are not rehabilitated. They want the way don't come up line now, they want the way just don't left to themselves all day and then a party office. Yes, sir, yes, man, you bobo there, you brother there, you city there, for let them get there and tumult. And these are the boys that are used by politicians on both sides for cause atrocity and danger to the citizens of Sierra Leone. So then Baboya go, then go cause confusion. But there's another video where this soldier team, they explain, say, the one Bobo, he identifies himself, the one guy, he said, him be then a keke, here in partner, then they go to studio, now attack in the inside the keke, now in them begin beats there inside the keke. When now in go reports na police, then go bring police, then in go na party office, he go call in team them, in soldier team them for reinforcement. The reinforcement we can now una watch, una hear for una self, waiting the woman na AYV they tell me. This not the thing what they talk about. What we talk then say for party business. But we get for ask the question. Who done the alternative for them two party where they fail we and use we people them and do who done the alternative? If SLPP then vote out, who done the alternative? We'll get for ask that question. Because the way things they go, it not good for we, it not good for we people them, it not good for we country. It not good. It not good. Because now Boku people that don't lost their livelihood because of all this rubbish. Because of this infighting, party against party, inside it, and they fight themselves inside the party, destroying one another. The party to the party, everybody is fighting for power. Inside the party then you get now across party line, you get SLPP, then get a young gang, you get APC, then get a young gang, then they fetch themselves, then they crush themselves. You go on social media, it's nothing productive that is happening in there. And these bobo them, anytime we sit on behind them, Mike here, I wanna be mindful that we are influencers. Anything what we talk, when somebody you have people that are following you and listening to you, we got to be careful because this is what it was in a corner. Let's listen to this mamia. Let explain for we in your side. Now go ahead, please. Play the tape.
This is my appeal for government, they beg you for God's sake. Don't in a Belgium for how many years? Don't ever get this same problem here. So we don't get this issue here. So what you don't do, something ain't don't happen. When I want my when I want soldier, I want police, when they got when they come to Belgium, when we can destroy, we buy a business place. Put a Belgium a business place, not a party place. No sir, the people brought the laptop there, we brought the phone there, we have some of them go to the something at the cell. People know the whole thing broke. And behind in the house, the Chagas the one we expect the police when they come for arrest we. They find Chagas for some of who want to die. This can happen now. It happened. It's not easy for we. Don't have here with a big you know it's not because that's scandal and it's scandal but you so. That's scandal and it's scandal but you say that's how they go. Yes, people in that man. When a Sanko will lead this trip gas to work, I know so what them. Not to 2 them, not to 3 them. This is a 4 them. 4 them. They want a Sanko. I lead him around the kind of Belgium. I mean, one of the women that went on the Belgium for how many years? They are good for being in the Belgium. They are good for being. And I had a family living, and they took care of the family there. They are still parents. But this time so far, they're in the house. But let's away. It's just fun. It's just fun. But when I try what's happening, it will not be easy for me. When I don't even know. We don't know the grudge when I get for Belgium. But we expect to win our business people. Belgium, not a party place. Not a party place. How we don't get our Belgium, not a party place. We accept all the parties there. We accept all the parties there. And it's Sierra Leone. And we are Sierra Leone there. So if this kind of damage they happen, so we brother they win the sisters them. Let me put the action, Papa, do you have the beg for God's sake? Do you want to take action on this? Because this you don't go to, you don't come into hands. You don't come into hands. You go so stress. Papa, do you have the beg you? We stress right now for Belgium. Belgium is so far. Someone, one of the soldiers was for the fairness. For the son at 3, they said at 3 months in hand. 9 minutes. Because this is a scandal. And it's time for scandal, but you so. And it's time for scandal, but you so. The man that is the president, they don't make Belgium don't show war. Please, for God's sake, we are with them. Papa, one of the next enough for we. One is enough for we, the first for we. Let it stop. They don't ever happen again. We are with the begging for God's sake. Yeah. We are with the begging. But it's not easy. We are with the begging. Jesus Christ of Nazareth, what in the people they want on this country too? What in the people they want on this country? I forgot to Motuka now. Now, who are they going after associates?
Fasali Motuka, that was a good. And then they run after. And they say Fasali.
Belgium confrontation between Soja team and Belgium sellers.
My family, good afternoon. This is Paupa Soja from the SLPP Global Media team. There are some amount of misunderstanding happen at the party office where we want get from the horse's mouth because we don't see we neighbor there. Then they go and get fake information around. So there, we need not get this information right from the horse's mouth. So my brother, you can explain to them. What's your name?
Alaji.
Okay, Alaji. So you can carry on and tell what happened.
This morning, that's go to studio. When it's not access to my music business.
Yeah.
And most of them music business and they can be the assistant greatly.
Okay.
So what people are saying, we not keep up with team. So that we take care of bike at times.
Yeah.
But you know, bike now take for both sides. the studio, we say man do his song.
Yeah.
So like when we go to the studio, we don't go to the studio, we don't go do whatever we do. So we wake up, we rap and calm. So now then we go see JJ Abu, one of the SLPP elder. So we see him, we tell about talk to an ACRA, not that.
Yeah.
So as he take the break, yes, we see some boys in the camp, but not the teaching at in the camp. But it's only turn on a pepper, pepper in the eye.
Spray the eye?
Yeah, they put pepper in the mouth like you see the pepper is.
On have you ever meet with them before?
Not at all. Look, like this, like the pepper is. You ask me that before.
Okay.
You see, the pepper is all the way.
Okay.
So they put pepper in the eye. So by the time you turn now, then they put on parati. You rati, then you make now SLPP. Desire to not wait some more. Now this SLPP now forever. We not wait for me. Now we turn the council. Then they put on parati. We beat up, blow in the head. Yes. So if I pass it, because
which part they attack now?
This this like the boss is
like the boss is
yes, before front of NACNA office.
Okay.
So yeah. So because of the carrying condition nowadays, maybe I can run kind of office. So I run kind of office to carry up because I will no money. If I don't kill me there in front of the central police station before so big market look the office so the center people. So take and say if this we waiting a column na problem.
Yeah.
So we back to force of one station but make statement when the public not be said because of governance and
create all kinds of problems.
Yes. So now make we go to the police, we go make a statement everything they. Yes, so we don't go to station now, we don't go make a statement. On we coming back, we say come back to office, then they won't tell me now.
The same fellow there.
Same fellow then. So if there any disaster will happen, now so pass.
Okay.
So find the one fellow we say they go offend me.
So Fambulem. So Fambulem now that and two don't get out from the horse's mouth. So if now they list any fake propaganda from the opposite side, say man they don't go down, they go attack people. The country, the particular part of the country, they are at risks now, not go there, all are fake, yeah. Now this is exactly what happened. And the police, then they do the investigation after this, yeah. So now thank you very much.
Iman ikan sah? Iman, Mr. Daniels.
Call Moses. Qué bueno, va. All right, so there.
Ready for boots on the media? Who is afraid? Belgium ready? Una come, let's see happy. Una come ready? Ready for fence? Una come. Una come ready? Ready for fence? Una come. Sanko, là il produit son cosa. Sanko, là il cause on dit Sanko. Il ne voit que le moment de Sanko. Sanko, c'est là il cosa. Sanko, là il cosa. Sanko, là il cosa. Sanko, là il cause on dit Sanko.
It ain't fun. Never go there. They don't go through. Hey.
You don't kill?
Hey. That's it, don't say now. That's it, don't say now. How the police in the center? Let them go to shoot back. Let them go. They don't say that to me.
Call me driver.
They did don't.
Call me driver.
They did don't.
Oh, fuck.
Tiens, là, c'est les kicks, so. Ok, leave it. Oh, Richard only gone.
It's not fire. How we going to say that? What they say they say
In front of the President Lodge, and we do demonstration for social.
Yes, you are the president of the country. Yes, you are the parent of the country. Yes, a soldier team council. Yes, a soldier team council. Yes. Okay, tell everybody now. Soldier team is on Kenema from Freetown to Kenema now. We there because of the high personnel and the Freetown all there right now. Any side the parent there, soldier team there because of security guard. We don't trust not Solombo. We in a power for life. Soldier team taking over.
One paper, one country.
She's mute. Technical.
Okay, I got it. Sorry, me people, my mic been there on mute and they talk on another hearing me. Sorry for that. But this not a video that we don't see. And the other one we not even I just say let them stop them because there's one way they set fire in the middle city, the capital city of Freetown, right there by like for Boston Street, all then corner street where they can down, they run down for go to big police and all big WAF and government WAF and Tinjimi area. They set fire. They set fire, burn things there inside there. And when I know you read the two sides, you read the bobo them when at the soldier team they say in be they go do what they do, they attack them, they go call the police. But then you don't hear a woman, a citizen, where he say in a business people, Belgium is not a party place. Belgium is all Monday, then they defend the antomot. And they make the accusation on the tape say the police them now then they entertain them boboya where they come now then they support them boboya, allow them boboya for come cause trouble. With SALONE police they not get good name. Because maybe they ask the question, where is the commissioner of police? Is he capable of doing his job? Because too many things are going wrong. Where is the minister of interior? Where are these people that are responsible for the security and safety of citizens of Sierra Leone? Who are we to trust? Who do we get for trust for take care of the affairs of the people? Because we get our audio when a police, a big man in the police, they say the loyalty is to party, the government of the day. The police in loyalty is not to the government of the day, but to the people of Sierra Leone for protect and preserve them personal properties and life. That's what a police should do. Not to forgo, begin to go support party, support any government where they're not line, who that them feel say, who that them puts their in there. I mean, this rubbish has to stop. How are we gonna go forward with that kind of behavior? Yeah. Where are these people who are saying what? Who that they say? Because if we don't know, I said it last week, if we Sierra Leone and they don't know what we want, then go give we any kind thing. Any kind thing, then go give we. We have opposition there where they as opposition is just nastiness in the social media, rudeness in the social media, nothing constructive is coming out. They are all silent. So who is next? If we say power, if we the people of Sierra Leone say this government, President Bio in government, we not one time, if we not replace her, who don't go replace her with? Our oppositions are all silent. They do nothing. The one they already up on the head. I will give it to Sylvia Blyden. Sylvia Blyden is the only one for me where they speak the way for speak and criticize constructively what they criticize as opposition. And then we see video that will go play on Kande Yumkela. So we got to ask the question, who is next for one salon for take win at the direction? Is Kande Yumkela the next one? Is Kande Yumkela, is KKY, is Kande Yumkela going to lead KKY or C4C or any other political party? Because we don't hear nobody. We don't see nobody. The one that wait for talk on the issues of the people, they're not talking. That's why we don't reach USA, we reach so. Parliament is silent. The opposition, they're silent. I mean, everybody is just doing what the bloody well please in the country. Look at that nonsense. It's supposed to be so. It's supposed to be so. La pass on to una. La pass on to you, Mr. Shillon, then Professor, you take them over. Because me, I tire with all this violence. I tire with all this. Look at what's going on in the middle of the day, in the middle of a business day, in the afternoon. It happened.
The way for stabilize a country or a city in terms of violent outbreaks or people taking matters into their own hand, the government get for be firm. I think working with the mission of Sierra Leone, where all political parties and the most renowned parties, them APC and SLPP, have factored into governance this old practice of engaging, which we call vigilantism, thuggery, lawlessness, get bunch of hoodlums them for be some militia, so to speak. And then think say, politicians think in a good politics down there. But to me, that nine they disqualify them because it shows that they're not coming with any seriousness for one country. Because if you want to run a country smoothly, first order of business is to maintain tranquility, order. Lawlessness cannot be part and part. Lawlessness not to go glove in hand with governance. It doesn't work. Okay? So there should not be a we and a power. We, who is we? We are the people, regardless of which political party you there. Once you are the govern, government for some of the people, some of the time, you are government for all the people, all the time. These are basic understanding we leaders then forget. Now, it looks like the police then they lost their authority day by day. When people like Kubi they grow up, regardless of which city you there, whether in a Bo, whether in a Fritongo, whether in a Makinio, whether in a Kenema, it no matter. When you see when you see the police then come, you run for cover. Now we see, in fact, the appearance of the police is an attraction for hoodlums, for they even come, and now we will get cameras then. People, everybody, they take video. I mean, folks don't even seem to be scared of coming around. But here is where the government has a fantastic opportunity. Because with videos being taken by almost everybody, it's easy for pin down the trouble causers and then prosecute them. It is a disservice to the country for begin for make. When you look them fellow here, then they identify themselves. Whether they call themselves soldier team, whether they call themselves SLPP. I mean, the guy who come and explain how the whole thing started sound to me extremely credible. You probably get one or two other people that will recognize them as SLPP supporters them and went after them. But that now, the issue there was when they get attacked, then say they're going to police, then for be able for the police for the day and show up forcefully for encourage or stop or discourage, for discourage any furtherance of the violence. But not to that we see. Then boy then go, police and don't see what happen. Then they say they go on a station. And even this, the science of policing in Sierra Leone need to be modernized. Not to always people and get the opportunity for going on a station. By now, Sierra Leone forget number because most people can afford cell phone. The system for be sophisticated enough when something around there happen, even onlookers them for be able for dial like when I am 911. Not for Germany, not for England no more. Now for the whole world, any technology way they now for we are. So if we not decide for use them for we own convenience, we're not get anybody for blame. So when you get attacked, onlookers them as well as if you're not the victim, you not get for going to a police station, and we still get this old antiquated archaic thing about you get for going to a station. The police should have been there. They should have been there, right there, enforcing order, making arrest, and taking statement from eyewitnesses. So the whole method of policing in Sierra Leone is going from bad to worse. It never used to be like that. This is a country that once had, I mean, you will even venture. Plus, we had in my own days, where you know, we get all them subgroups here of security people, them. In my own days, meaning when we were younger, when we were teenagers, you get what you call highly trained riot police. They were able, in 90 or more percent of most instances, for quell any civil unrest. You never ever had the army stepping in. You know, the only time the army, I recall, the few instances there where the army was involved for enforce some order or orderliness was when, like the strike, strike at the labor strike in the 50s. Can't remember which year, maybe 57 or then 10 maybe one or two other occasions. But the army never participates in incident because the police was very well trained. They knew what to do and they dressed differently. The uniform be different. So when riot police they appear, you know they were there for action. But now everything, decisions, and then you get police where they encourage certain group for perpetuate violence. I mean, the government, if they are serious, they should start dealing with them petty issues here. Because certain things do not go with governance. If you cannot get subgroup of people, whatever you call them, soldier boys or not, they should not have the power nor the audacity for go out the openly bragging as to who they are and that then as security. This is all showing we're not making progress because they should even, I don't know, maybe the president.
Let me, that's the question that from when President Bill came into power, one of the things we were talking about security and President Bill for take charge. President Bill need to take charge. President Bill get for calm because when you delegate authority to people and people are not doing what they're supposed to do, because to me, the police, look at the police commissioner. First of all, not to waiting and call on fat people, not to put down fat people, but he's not even the symbol of waiting and call of fitness of police commissioner. He don't even appear his appearance. You know, how do you lead with that kind and thing, and you know, commissioner of police, and then they say, oh, Belgium, and then they sell stolen goods, and the issue was people were attacked. We're not doing nothing how for fix the problem, but yet they're trying to place the blame on other people. Professor, where is the leadership of Sierra Leone? Because security in everything of life, in everything in life, what will they do after the air we breathe? After the air we breathe, we want security. We want to feel safe. We want to feel secure. We want to be able to go any side where we don't feel safe. We life they in danger. We life or property they in danger. Because that's human nature. You know, the hierarchy of needs, as needs go in life, according to Maslow, security after your breath that you hear. You they kill anybody where one can stop your life. But then you have to feel secure. Where is the security of the country? Because with the gangs are getting bigger, these groups are getting bolder. The thievery in Sierra Leone is getting too much out of control. There are too many stuff going on that the police commissioner not seem for be in charge. We have a parliament that's not doing anything for the people and speaking for the people. Where is the country heading to? And we have to ask these questions. This infighting, this pointing figures, and nobody is doing the be capable of doing what they're supposed to do or our country is supposed to run. Professor, I pass on to you with that because this is really control. It's out of control. Out of control. Okay.
The nation in about a week or two, but precisely a month from now, the approach 60 years in a nation in life. The fundamental question we would ask ourselves, where we don't go 60 years. Almost intuitively, if you ask me this question, say we don't go, what to don't do. If we don't achieve, we'll get anything we go turn back and look. My answer will tell you no. Every segment of society, every facet of society don't fail. Even the very academics we the president talk about, that also don't be a fail. It don't fail. Every day, people they talk about, well, the youth them that they are the leaders here tomorrow. All the hearing talk they need. And I should say you and Mr. Shilo know say you think for waste. I should also not too aware of that. Terrible thing for waste. You look at the politician then, what they don't do? They don't create what you call an animal farm society or mentality they don't create. They get all of them young boy there. They don't become a robot. They don't become a tool where they all the time amenable to their own designs them in the context of criminal conduct, engaging in conducts where even helpful to themselves, let alone. But as you look at things, John, you ask the fundamental question: where is the leadership? Where is the leadership? Where is the leadership? Where is Parliament? Where is the administration? Where is the police? Like where Mr. Shilon we talk about the police. Yes, I should say me, you, me, we lead presenter Mr. Shilon and me. I think we are the people of yesteryears where we see policemen them. First of all, they see the aura of self-respect by the police, their very appearance, because then they wear the state clothes, and them they wear the uniform, na the state that clothes they wear. You see the very physical appearance. You see, the aura of respect by them. So this now be a society where law and order. For example, I remember the last time when we know of criminal violence in Salone, where enough. When before we changed to Mr. Stevens camp was Saturday, April 18, 1960. Yeah, that na the farmer in case where them about them go chuk farmer na 66 na profile so they go when they go chuka for woman business. That was last yes, I just will remember that incident in 1966. Friday, April 18, something like that. Fields. So we live now in a society where leadership don't go. The leaders they enjoy that here, then get them about their so when they at their disposal. When you look at you take a man like Mr. Doctor, I think we don't bring an Dr. Toure. Look at what Dr. Toure they do as an individual in one. He go to the outskirts of McKinney, not to even inside the township of McKinney. You go to the villages of Martini there. Look the kind of life where you don't care go for people. We want to say the government know they see waiting somebody like Dr. Ture they do. The government know they see them for let them go into partnership with a man like that for try see how they go able, more than you try create incentives on it. So they go just like a robot, criminal violence, logic of lawlessness, and then you guys are talking of so that they bring investors in the country with that kind of seeing what they see and so. The police is nowhere for be seen. The police, most of the attorney general they come out, the commissioner of police, the minister of internal affairs, nobody comes out for making a statement. They were, you know what though? This is not a law and order society. We don't go tolerate this. Every commissioner of police, or inspector general of police are not one day seen and day out. They talk, hold in press conference. I know one day they are not there addressing.
I'm not cut you word, Professor. We get the police commissioner and respond. We will play them after you finish your thought. We get the response of the police commissioner. We go play them after you finish your thought, sir. Go ahead.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am. Now, now we don't go now to even the politicians. Because I see you discuss this leadership. And when are they actually because
yes,
when leader not they
we are
to go
doomed
in a
to
state
fail.
of anarchy.
We are doomed to fail.
Any time when leadership not there.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am. When leadership not in a state of anarchy, we know they see in the past government will go, we know we see leadership. In this current leadership, so we know this. And the problem we'll get with this current dispensation here, so especially assuming the president in your MO that now your modus operandi that but then you ask, you have all of these government officials, you have cabinet ministers, especially within the national security apparatus. You ask, where are the people? Why are they? What why we don't reach at this stage? Waiting actually na the causative agents for precipitate this kind of state of anarchy what is in the country. So that's one thing. Then the next question, if you don't ask that question, so we're waiting will be the prophylactic measures them we will take for address. And I can tell you with any degree of that they no get no solution for this. The only thing where they get them boy already, arm them for election purposes. When they come, then the battle royal, start. Now all man not begin to put themselves in that group there. All man not begin to put down. So you ask them, where are we? Where is SALONE? Where is SALONE now? Because we'll get leadership them from both sides, parliament, the administration. Nobody steps forward. So now the one with this whole part. So me, if you ask me personally, say where I can tell the only thing I would tell you how they head for. With the head for the abyss. That's all me can tell. With waiting with a CISO. That's all me go scenario with the head. Until there is an emergence of a leader come out. So you know what though? This country has to go, this is a country that we govern on the fundamental edifice of the rule of law. Now not to the jungle mentality. It's not going to work now. Everybody's going to be held accountable now. When you violate norms now, there are unintended consequences where you go be, but until a leadership emerge, so back to you guys.
That is so true. Where's the leadership? And these boys, unfortunately, they don't know any better. They not get much value for themselves. This is all they know. So they have been groomed, they have been conditioned to that side. That's why I keep saying the battle is in the mind, because if you don't want more for yourself, then they go treat you, they say, are you the rest for go now, Jonah, so they go give pot for go us. Waiting you put yourself out there, that's so the world go buy you. Are you sell yourself, that's so the world go buy you, And it's sad because they have been programmed, and these boys are getting out of control. And sometimes I don't even think the people that we don't groom them, the politicians them, where they use them at their disposal, they don't even have control of them anymore. Because they don't even have control of them anymore. Because sometimes they go out of control. They themselves not able to control them again. But when I let we listen, me fumble them to to the commissioner of police. Somebody they write now the page say, "Look, we go back to colonial master for a few days. Maybe then they go better a few years for guide we and waiting and call we because it's coming to 6 years. It's coming to 6 years and it is just crazy. It is just sad, you know. We for want more for we safe now. If you not mortal man with them be done born. If you don't 60 years, you for look back at your life, say where what you have achieved for the past 60 years, and see what you do wrong. If you still there that your mama house, you don't do bokutin wrong at 60 years, where you don't get nothing for points to good. And it looks like we Sierra Leonean, we country, now that side they we still there now with mama house, we're not able for with the creeping for that, we creeping for that, we're not able to work at Ganga for we safe. But I don't listen to whether this policeman talk where. When they say where he say when I listen for myself.
And we, the OSC, we dey support the government of the day to the latter.
Yes, Pambulem, where they follow the Cyber Unit Media team, me and Mohammed Ramadan Ba. Today I dey with one of the biggest personalities in the country. He go introduce himself. Then we go ask him with first question. Then from there we will ask him for make it continue. Waiting the police get for the public. Good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening. Mina Ambrose Michael Suvula, the Inspector General of the Sierra Leone Police.
Yes, sir. We see a lot of incidences they occurred this BN10, especially yesterday and last week. Waiting at the police in response, waiting the police get for tell the public about the incidences than this, sir.
Yes, well, the incidences where they happen then 2 days here, including yesterday, I consider it to be lawlessness in the increase in the country. And I turn and look myself, if lawlessness is increasing, meaning I don't slow down. And if I slow down and allow lawlessness to increase, the populace not go be at liberty. I condemn it, I cancel it. In totality, I say the one the way they do that, they're an enemy of the state. But look, make I begin with the incidences na Joey Junction. An Okada rider carrying a school going child and one other pylon overtake vehicles and cross before the vehicles. The approaching vehicle was coming. They bang them, the rider and the pylon they die. The Okada riders, forgetting that their own membership now it don't misbehave and cause their own life and some other person, they now come together and start to pelt stone on moving vehicles. People the way they you know they and this misbehavior, they begin suffer it. They remand the car inside. They begin loot people property now. Police respond to that swiftly and we make some arrest.
Okay. So we
go to the next day, another trailer don't drive roughly by Hastings. It killed a school child. Well, now a police case, like the other case na Joey Junction, within the school picking the commoner school, they come together, they begin pay stone on people they were in the past, whether you know they found the reckless driving of that man. They not only tap the vehicle, probably the man will be drive the vehicle, not to even get up. Them damage the vehicle, then burn them down. police response to that, we were able to arrest a lot of people, including school children, because we they expect school children to be in school, to behave like school children, but they don't behave like hooligans, and their behavior is likely can bring undermine for the state security where now you and I for enjoy, then one for disrupt that peace will be done win in this country.
Yes, sir.
I bring her now forward to yesterday na Belgium. Problem don't happen between one person and some other person. Some other group go, then go attack some other person where they believe say na they counterpart the this palaver. Then the entire membership of Belgium, they now go to the street and start to pair stone on vehicle, try to burn tires on the street, and put the city to cease for some time. We respond to that, we make some arrests, we are investigating. Not to the response of the police is my take this time. My take here, we are to talk to the populace and the people of this country and beyond. It's like the consistent disorderliness, of people in the country. People, they always look at February giving to March at the time where they can want for whole governments at ransom by creating unnecessary disturbances. Each time where police they respond to a situation like that, it costs government a lot of money. Well, we police don't change our strategy. Let's take Belgium, for example. Now, area where they steal people property, phones, videos, televisions, now they go sell them. Meaning, now unlawful or illegal business that they do, because they not get the ability for me to put in orders from either China, either Dubai, England, or America to bring and put it in their wires. In the morning, then break a canceller. But they are always selling second-hand things or new things that people must have stolen from people, and we don't qualify them to be legal by even allowing them to have executive, because people stealing people property, people that when they buy them, then they sell them back to people them, then we don't say this now people them. So because they don't get money, would they want challenge na government? Because if they don't do them wrong, before they seek redress through the process of the law, they go to the street. Would that not get business with Belgium? Would that not get business with police? Or would that not get business with the one that when they make palaver, they begin to disturb them, or they disturb the peace of the city? Well, now I have asked. I don't deplore police then they, because me, as far as me concerned, now illegal business that they do. Because otherwise, every one of them, I will ask them to bring their business registration number. Because they are doing this business, it's not registered, government no they get nothing, so they get fabulous money, so the money don't fool their eye, now government and the challenge. We talk to them, dispatch, and seek the due process of the law. They say no, we will hold the city to ransom. But I will use this medium to invite the executive to talk to me Tuesday. Coming. Okay. They will be coming to talk to me. They will have to come with their individual business registrations. Because if they don't have that, meaning they have no business to be on the street selling. If they are selling on the street, it's a street trading. If they have small shops to sell stolen property, then they are in for receiving and stolen people, receiving stolen property, receiving and selling stolen property. If they don't want that, then they have to register their business, and that will be monitored by intelligence service, intelligent world, so that they will not They will not again encourage people within a thief. When you don't have the shop for any stolen property, the thief man the property go left na hand, pass it to where or a gamba or a grand go as affect this property or they tell me say na you.
Yes, I.
Let me go back to Waterloo.
Yes, sir.
The man where of recent car theft don't increase in Freetown, and we don't try for look how this thing they happen from the police front. We they look sometimes people they blame we, but now keys then they open these cars, then go inside and starter. If we say with a depressed policeman all around all the vehicles, so anybody they go into the car, we have to ask this motor car where don't come inside, where the motor car is life car before you go inside, then we know get police for do other police job. But thank God, when we work with intelligence service, we were able to get information now Waterloo that somebody call himself Mr. Jallo, but he is called one cargo, and they buy stolen vehicles. The rest of the history is in social media. But now we don't call everybody from Medicana CID for look at the various number plates, so that each number plate you find that is yours, you come with your life card, then it's a case against that man. Maybe he must have sold the vehicle to another person who will try to retrieve it, and you get your vehicle. Well, I'm sending a warning through this medium. We will not accept that fact where they used to say from March, April, May, now problem within Sierra Leone. We say no to it. We have changed our policing strategy. I tell you, that is the reason why I have asked that do political parties, please, 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 we will replace your marshals with our police people. Hence, we have deployed police at the APC party office and the SLPP party office. You will say you na marshal where you did it. You will say you na whatever party picking, yeah. You na party picking, you na this, can't let the party fan work for you. Or go stay in your house, go there, call to the party executive, they will help you for look job. Now policing recruitment will they do. You will get the qualification for it, apply for it, but leave the office and allow the police to police your people so that we will sanitize the system. This cut across all political parties. I hope they will cooperate with the police so that the vision, the aspiration of His Excellency the President will be met. Once we do that, then we move Sierra Leone to another level that could be admired by our visitors. Then development will come through that way. How? How? Because the country is peaceful and steady. So investors will come. And when investors come, they create job facilities for the people. Then a lot of people will get employment. Then all of us will enjoy as a people. Okay, my last question will come on this IG. Would you see say theft on transformer now that we are rampant? Oh yes, that one. The last time I was talking to some authorities, the TV is systematic. It's systematic. When they fix them today, if they're not different the same night, the other night they differ. We agree that there is that copper sales where they now monitor seriously. But this I don't want to talk about that too much. I just don't want warn the people that for me they stop because the mechanism hold up put in place. If we able to discover, identify and arrest the one where they buy the stolen vehicles, we will definitely identify, detect and arrest the one there where they thief the copper. You have been warned. Stop. Okay, thank you, IG, for giving us this opportunity. We must say we're glad you take all your time for talk to the Cyber Unit media team. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you, Cyber Unit.
Yes, ma'am.
IG Sevilla don't talk. They don't talk, but I don't know how you see this talk here, how we talk, what you take from this talk, because me see one thing. One of the thing them it generalize everybody saying that Belgium they all not thief man. They all not stolen goods then they sell. It's like it generalize all these people where you get honest people there, we get honest things them whether they sell, whether they sell junks, whether they sell used things them, whether they sell them broken TV, their old time thing, then they fix and all that. But like person to you, may you give your own take on the IG. At least it's a plus, he talk something, but what he talk waiting at your own sense for that.
Well, for start with, if I mean I be the IG, I know for every inject politics day. Yeah, it's also inject politics day so that it will please His Excellency the President. No. That's out of the question. No, you know they do this for please His Excellency the President. No. You job now law enforcement. In law enforcement, hey, you not get there is no secret car we can find. No, they're not for even they now you mind. So they do this so the His Excellency the President will know so they do a good job. So they open no. So right there they miss the point. Number two, like Isa say they change the strategy. One thing we get for sit down look and ask yourself if we again me I like for talk in terms of comparative analysis. And the comparative analysis simply is that when apart from when I know if you want to call the weight man will be the head with police, Mr. Killing, I just want to talk about Mr. William Lee, the first black man will be in charge of the police. Again and again. Such time I don't know if that because there be a transition between the white people that will be the head of the police. So the black people will come, Mr. William Lee and all the people, Malcolm Parker, and all the people will come out. You had police officers that were in themselves. You they see the professionalism for them. You they see say these people are the only thing they were committed to their work. But we get a situation where they don't read this to me attention, but they get a syndicate where are they call it under, especially now if you take out to the drivers. I mean the police the way they charge of traffic.
Yes.
You get for me out yonder for make commission because this they call them say now the young syndicate because at the end of the week that for only under to the big man he did it.
Yes.
So right
yes,
there
that's true.
you don't already encourage the police then for get involved in crimes other than they detecting the crime. So right there now they not lost focus. Right there where the police don't become part. You remember that case where we happy today that man where we talk about the Salotto form we come on there we go to Salone when they nearly kill her.
Yeah.
You remember that family we go to Salone.
Yes.
Nothing not happen. Yeah.
Nothing.
Now look even go back to the how on that me and you deny I know they say do what they do now make but how on that when something happen we will not get police the way they patrol, we will not get a 911. Why something happen we will not get for going to police in not going to station. Well me and you now we they go to station. You're not going to any station. Now what 911 they call now, but not only that the police and they patrol by precinct they. So by the time they call 911, they call they ask you, say, the technology don't go so much now, you don't even need for 10 years. Once they see the they call them, they go know exactly
the location.
Vietnam, with the toxic SALONE will ever develop if we not get energy. We they start with energy first. When we get energy, we get electricity, we get computer business, we get all the things now they will begin for go. Okay, when police stop you now, in fact, they not so the motor car they drive. If not stolen motor car, they know because you already get computer inside in motor car. He did it. You don't need for call again. All you do, you only read that tag. They quick. When you don't read the tag, you go to that motor car, then a stolen motor car, right there. So now make us say, we they take 60 years. I know they come. We feel by HMS one place. We know they go before. We know they can be in. If anything appear, we they go more and more. But now those little things and if we don't they in a place because we talk about secure enemy police, the well-being of the nation depend on the national security of the place where it's being carried out by the police. Like the police, nine get for drug. But you don't get equipment, then you don't get nothing. To cannot the way you go, hey, you get for we not get how they call it, for right paper, you get for pay for right and pay no they didn't. How we they combat how they call it? The people are not getting nothing for do the so now you go now some police stations and you don't go meet any person or so you meet the police asleep and all that thing. So
and
we got for
they have a number. Let me just say this for Professor.
Yeah,
they get a number 117 But when you call that 117, nobody is even answering the phone. Like I said, you get for go physically in the police. And if something they
Physically.
happen to you, somebody they rob you or whatever, you cannot just dial that number there, then come meet you. Because either sometimes they go tell you say they don't get gas for drive the motor car, or sometimes
Can you
the motor
imagine?
car where they're not able, they're not able. I mean, there are many things that these people then they play games with people their life, because you
Yes.
know, like we were on then and then country here too long. When we go, we're afraid I can just say, what if something happened
Oh,
and then I want to call 911 or I want to call 117? Who that go come to me rescue? I'm by myself. There's nobody or anybody pass you there in the mass with the mercy of neighbor. Where you go, a la thief, then come. Look at me, auntie them. Where then go inside, then broke, then cuts them, them ban at the window, then go inside in the middle of the night. Nobody not able for it. It was just the grace of God when make them not die. Me uncle pastor care and go and Ghana. Now they then go do another surgery. He said, "We tell God thank you for in life." But these are the kind of things. Who are you going to turn to? Who are you going to tell? The police is there. This man, they said, and get strategy, but the police, they said, now part of the syndicate. The police, then get that name, they say, now part of this. And like how you guys truly talk, a person to Mr. Shillon, let yourself take your takes on this, because this is frustrating. This is what they call it good way, don't talk. A good way, it talk, because it's better than nothing. But at the same time, are you really fighting the fight? Are you really saying it, or it's just lip service? It's just for photo
And
op.
Fadima, I
It's
don't want
just
to.
for
How are you going to fight this fight here where infrastructure not the? You don't get infrastructure at the place. Now they talk about so there is
well, that's
nothing. Just like I give you example in it. So
yeah.
how the police will fight it here? Infrastructure not there. And me get for provide pen. And me get for provide paper. And me get for buy petrol for here. So if you don't do that, then what's the essence of going to the police?
The only
With
time
all
when
this
get
money when they
talk,
come in every now and then, money they come, money they come. The priorities of the government and now just too wrong. Back to him, Mr. Shino.
yeah, Mr. Shillon take answer. But just
Well,
just say this: if you get a policeman where you sabi, you can dial alarm. If something they happen at that moment where you get policeman number, you dial the policeman go car with battalion and come on a thing, they all the kind, and you get for put for the all where they come back. So for can this one case where go happen for I just a pass no more. I pass it. I tell
well,
yourself, I pass it to you
Pana,
what
this is what I said earlier about
uh
the method of policing, the efficiency or the lack thereof. The problem what we get is so fundamental, so basic, yet so important, and yet so ignored, cast aside. It's unbelievable that we are not revert. This is what I keep saying. These are not solutions of highly credentialed people who are in charge. This is not common sense. Anybody who don't live abroad, they like you not do anything abroad. You just come and hustle. There are some basic things that you don't learn when you go back. If you're serious and give you a job, you can able run that department there efficiently. First of all, first I appreciate the fact that the police chief, come and respond to lawlessness would take place in the country. That alone is a step in the right direction, because every time there is such outright lawlessness, somebody in the position of authority must always come forward and address the issue, for demonstrate concern and awareness of what's happening. It's strange that when things like that happen, the government officials, they not say anything. It's like there's no government at all. Part of the thing is, when I listen to the police chief, now, in analysis, he get the best of intention, but there were so many things missing. It may be true that in that area they wouldn't call Belgium, a lot of stolen goods are sold there. And it may be, he probably generalized for say, if you, the presumption is, if you not get license for sale on the street or on the market, then any kind of market where you sell na stolen goods. But I think the police chief missed one thing. The very people who are licensed to sell are the very ones who buy these things from thieves. So there is not a presumption that because you get license, because if not that no the police to go by, say if you show your license, then we can allow you for sale. Well, all you do, you allow them people and they will get license for sale, for continue for buy stolen goods. The police ain't bad because waiting for you do undercover operation. You inject into the environment of Belgium. If the police is so aware that stolen goods are sold there all the time, what you do, you inject, the police can do undercover. They self can set people we go pretend for be market people there. Get in your market, then they sell, but now they're undercover police. Because what will happen, people that will not chief stuff go can sell to you. You go develop relationship with the chief man them. They're not going to say we're an undercover CID, you know? Now, but for do that, it takes money. They make with the tell them minister there for begin divert funds for go build 5, 6, 7 houses at a time. Those money should go in the operation or of civil activities. You know, because it takes money for do all of that. If you now really want for combat crime, I mean, and that takes training. It takes technique. And again, still we on police, what are we doing? All we training are like how the Englishman teach we. We know the land police training like Alan they do in America. We know the land police training like Alan they do in Australia. We know the land police training. This is now a problem. We not get diversity of ideas. I see we mentality plug that I want socket there. Now the amount of current now we put out, that is all. We not even think, say, well, there may be some efficient system, you know. So we lack of diversity in the way they approach issues. Now, one of the problems is because we keep doing the same thing, we not see any good come up from that, yet we not change how we approach stuff. Like with police chief, he seemed to be a very intelligent man. He should come to America. They should send him here. You know, learn a lot of techniques. Or some other senior member. If I go Australia, if I go other countries then, you know, the Scandinavian countries, they get different way of dealing with crimes. You know, but this practice where everything is just pattern and continue to be pattern along, which in the teach you in the old colonial days, some of these things may be workable then, they are not practical, nor are they workable now. So when the police chief they talk about all these activities and people taking matters into their hands, people attacking other people, I think there should be public service announcements and announce to the public and tell them, say, look, well, first of all, let me backtrack, then talk about the 117. Now, if this is not irresponsible behavior by the government, how can you get a 117 call center? Then when people call in, nobody knows the answer. I mean, it's just absolutely ridiculous. Because obviously we own government don't understand what in the 117 is supposed to be. That place should be manned 24 hours a day. It should be manned 7 days a week, 365 days a year. There should never be a moment when a call goes in that it should not be answered. So that tells you right there, if people are calling. Two, the thieves them, they are getting emboldened simply because they don't study the system. The system is, they can and they broke you OC. And once upon a time, we say, what are the people that go run? Not if man they run, and they tell you plain say, they can't broke you OC. It don't say the ability for call police and police for can they when it did and they in process, no exist. The chief man know that. So now ain't gonna make it cut your window, now ain't gonna make it go in there, now ain't gonna make it threaten you. Because they don't say you get a free range of action or activities because police know they come. So again, we give for stress to the government, whatever ministry controls the police and law enforcement, that they really need for up the game. And upping up the game means you got to put money where your mouth is. I mean, that's all there is to it. The government got to spend more money, not for just to go on trip, on vacation, or get per diem. Some of them per diem money they go take, they go solve basic problems in Sierra Leone. And waiting the one the waiting authority not they understand. At the end of the day, then hoodlums here, now you not the victim. They're not going to go attack a pan body person because he has nothing to steal. Now you wear the show off with all the hosts them, the nice cars. Now you or your family, now they go attack or your girlfriend or your boyfriend or then because they know saying that so the money to move around. So it's so short-sighted of we leadership, not even for see this. Because in law we will say foreseeability of harm. You can foresee. You're not going to be that smart. You go say this is how it will result. So it is in the best interest not to even talk about the fact that why are you running a government if you're not prepared to implement all the safeguards there? You know, it's like somebody who assumes the steering wheel of a vehicle, say I want to drive. Well, when I say, okay, drive, then he drive the vehicle into a ditch. Then he say, well, I'm not being no say this vehicle is so difficult for drive. Because all these guys are running into government. They want to be president. They want to be ministers. They want to be police chief. Good. God bless you all. Now you get them, do the work. Just do it. Show us you can do it. And the president for be firm on that. And enough for matter if you know APC or SLPP, then but then they were in the misuse, they need for be re-educated. Now you make left with me, we don't need as much university as we need training school or training centers. We don't need as much universities as we need manufacturing. We don't need as much universities as we need reliable energy and power. You know, we are putting the cart before the horse. You open all the universities here, where are they going to get jobs for? What are they going to learn? And when they learn that, what are they going to produce? You know? I mean, so we are just doing right the opposite. More training schools, more manufacturing, more calling centers like our then poor country like Bangladesh, even India, you get a lot of American companies there where they use call centers there. Australian, we can benefit from that. These are the kind of vision we leaders them for the look into. And the young people, them is easy for me for condemn them conduct. But what else do they have to do? They're not going to have to do. So they negotiate on a party office. Parliament should take that as an issue. But all the political parties then should agree to abandon that practice thing. Because all they are doing, they create a cesspool of hoodlums, of vigilantes, of lawbreakers. You see, they're not realizing then they create, then they germinate them people in the air. Then when they begin, because like plants, when you reach a time where it grow, the plant don't grow, it don't begin to produce fruit, then we begin complaining, say the fruit not tasty, or it tastes bad. Well, you get what you sow. So we are creating criminals, we are creating lawlessness, we are creating an unskilled society. And the unskilled come both sides. Because even the bookman, most of we don't get skills. We just get book certificate in the wall. We can't produce much. Productivity is almost zero. So it's on both sides, it's on both extremes. People that with big degrees cannot produce. People that want to learn anything cannot produce. So you get this pressure from both sides. Then some of the people that are waiting for make the policy workable cannot produce. So we're in deep trouble. So every time I go back, we want the ACC commissioner for solve every problem. We want the police chief for solve every problem. But we're not getting which it take for even fight the fight or fight the good fight. So this goes back to the government. There is responsibility in governing. And we should hold their feet to the fire. They now forget the luxury of letting things get out of control. And this also goes for the potential leaders, the NGC, you know, all the one and the if we want for oppose, be more responsible. If we not going to parliament, the issues affect we all. You know? So this is not some of my suggestion. There is plenty of blame to go around. So we just can't put them on the police chief alone. You know, like that woman says, she was very clear. This is not a place where all the hand we live in. Some of the people then use on the other thing, stole the materials. but there are laws. I'm sure Sierra Leone has what you call possession of stolen good laws. So if the police then catch you with goods that were stolen, it no matter whether you thief or not, all you get for doing is for lock 2-3 people up. The message goes out and people then will stop for buy. When you can't sell to somebody, say, "Bra, I get computer for sale," or you go say, "I don't want. Because I don't want to go jail. When I saw this man will be the sell down the street for me, he go jail for 3 years, he go jail for 2 years just because he buys something." Those messages have to be sent out, you know, not of all the time for just the big shot, this, that, who for help all the powerful people, the Attorney General, the Chief Justice, the Solicitor General, the politicians, the parliamentarians, the opposition leaders. We all, not to then silly lawyers there within the past, when they go part of a Public Order Act or a Local Government Act that are designed to do nothing progressive but to obstruct progress. You know? Somebody needs to tell me what in the Local Government Act they do for Sierra Leone. It's an ill-conceived statute, unproductive statute, obstructionist statute, and they should know that. You know? It's an unnecessary statute, Local Government Act. Well, you know, because from a corrupt motive lead to that, and not just SLPP, I think, draft that law deal. I think it maybe went as far back as President Kabah in term, or definitely APC time. You see, we not to look at laws, we not to try to come up with things them where they help the country. It's always waiting convenient for we within the power at the time. So we are so selfish, we not to think about generations them at all. You know, we just think about we on time. So it's time government not only talk the talk, they need for walk the walk. Mr. Kago, tell Ms. Fadima she's muted again.
When I take the phone call first because
No, we can hear you now.
Okay, sorry. I didn't know I was muted because it's not showing on my side. Like I said, the Bible say we perish because of lack of knowledge. The people perish. Where you not get knowledge, where you not get vision, you know they see, and when you know they see, you can't attain. Where you know they project what you get for come, you know they foresee. We they perish and we know they grow because we have to grow in life. We get for grow. We get a phone call. We will take the caller, but I just want to make a point when Mr. Shilon they talk on the Bangladesh, the call centers. We know the big corporations here in America use call centers and then go to them people and they for cheap labor, they go into those countries. But how can we get them job then they when professor said it all that we don't have sustainable electricity, we don't have security, we don't have technology where for make them think that they go because they're not going to wait for us. The world is not waiting for us. We've been left behind. We're being left behind every second, every day. Then they try for work on stuff, but there are still too many things that we don't plant. And because we have planted, whatever you plant, now you the reap. They say you the reap whatever you sow. If you sow love, love go come. If you sow bitter leaf, na bitter leaf go come. If you sow sour plum, na sour plum go come. If you sow make joy and growth, na joy and growth. Whatever you plant, na the world, na in the come. We are our own. Now we that define we own destiny. It is our Bob Marley. I was listening to Bob Marley all day yesterday, and he was just a prophet. And everything where they say, when you look at it, everything that he was preaching about, that's the same thing we are doing to ourselves that the white man was doing to us. We cannot get from their mentality than they for try for free with mind and try for grow and move forward and try for compete with the rest of the world. But let me take the caller. Let me take the caller. Caller, good evening. What's your name and who side they call we from?
Okay, my name is Ibrahim.
Yes.
I come from Abidjan.
Okay, go ahead, please.
Yes, I agree with Mr. Tulu. I think energy is very important. We cannot develop without energy. For example, I can always compare good Ivory Coast. Okay, Ivory Coast, you can even compare with some European countries delicate today because even the least village, even the least village, they get electricity, affordable electricity. I have been in 3 projects in Cote d'Ivoire, and now I did another project in a biomass energy. They get what they call waste to energy. We finished that project, and now we are now on biomass. So what I say here is that then Mr. Yunkela, then Mr. Yunkela, they were having a lot of all these things, they know all of these things, but no one they bring them to their home. Now IFC, International Financial Corporation, since 2012, right, when they start financing these things, Cialo activity, you don't ever make any project towards IFC. Never. Like you just kind of SALONE, speak big English, talk this, talk that to us. They are always manipulating us. Come to Abidjan. Now talk Abidjan, they use coal, then they export coal, charcoal. Every houses will use gas, that gas will use. Roads, good roads. Camera, just like Kutubuta. We get past 1,000 camera inside Abidjan. Anything you know Abidjan, they see. Even when they talk to now, they don't really see me. They know all the things wrong. So it means their security sector highly improved. Okay, camera, all the junctions, they get cameras. Where Alasan Watara come, and that's first TV. All the village day, camera day. So all the things they see you. Okay, now come to Wataba. Okay, from water the all side. Where you don't see like me now, so and they pay water gates, and they pay 4,000, and they pay 4,000 for 2 months, 4,000 safer for 2 months. Then at the pay light bill. Sometimes it depends. Okay, at the pay light bill, at the pay water rate, at the pay gas. So look, when I affordable things then. Okay, so now I come to Mr. Shillong. When Mr. Shillong will make a contribution towards the IG, Mr. Shillong, the IG, they get it wrong. They get it wrong. That's why they don't even encourage them. When they come to when they come at Nakona Tree, they get Bado. The same XYZ. They get Bado. When they come to Abidjan, you go to Ghana, all these things are existing. He said they sell cheap property. I disagree with the man. I disagree with him, but I think no man they don't know fleet on, they just come up like the gas don't fleet on, no even go school. No, there is a difference between people from the SLPP grammar school and that man we're gonna go school. Or we're gonna Kenima school or Kono school. Different. So what will you say? This XYZ job, there is beyond day in existence for long. And then people they survive. And then people they sell. We know say yes. Almost of the business, if the business is not registered, now the government. And the government get laughs, it's not to the people. So that I totally disagree with Mr. Shillong. Okay? Now we come to the developmental issue at the stadium. I was so disappointed when I see this news. One of your friends called me in Madite Emofe. Tout ce que tu parles ici, tu parles trop. Même stade, on n'a pas de ton pays. Il m'a dit ça, il dit même stade, on n'a pas de ton pays. Tu vois? I say, oh my friend, Allah, I say no, the stadium they under renovation. So until they could not modify quoi. You know, c'est pas vrai. So look at this thing is happening. People are taking part here. Nothing is happening. People are bringing projects that are not relevant. Nothing is happening. Then they say, SLPP for go forward. Okay, fine. This can be your contribution. The last one is that training schools, training institutions, they are very, very important in the country. That's my last word.
Mr. Ibrahim, I would applaud you because you're a young man. I think you be saying you're 24 or something. You ventured
27.
out and you talk of 27, whatever your age was. I mean, I sort of admire you because you get so much knowledge and so much experience where they try for put out there to the people. And that's what Mr. Shillong said. It's not always the PhD holder. It's somebody with common sense. We get vision. We don't travel. We don't see the world. And you experience with Ivory Coast, but at no say right now, then they try for do the lights na Kenema and all the inside, and they when they partner with the European Union and stuff for try for bring light come to we country too, because you talk of the beauty of Ivory Coast, you talk on the beauty, because one of the things that we make the able for day like out and they so they make up the man, but they still had partnership with the French government, because you know say them people and they are things saying that them being colonized them, so therefore even though they get independence, but the French not pull their hand 100% for them, that's why they're growing. But we will say we able to take care of ourselves, we make the government, but anything we want, we dey go bigger better to them. Then they set conditions. But if they can't be partner to we, then we dey go borrow to them. Maybe that's gonna make sense for the we able grow like how we brother don't tell with the beauty of all the things that is going on. Usa defending self. He left Sierra Leone for greener pastures. I salute you, my brother. I salute you, because that takes determination for left and go, and many other young guys are doing it to just go for better thing. It should not be like that. It should not be like that at all. But let's go to another caller. Caller, good evening. Name please, and who side they call from?
Hello.
Yes, go ahead,
How are you?
please. Fine, thank you.
Yeah, Mina Ajari call from London.
Yes, sir. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, I did talk about the Kinjimi crisis.
Okay, the Belgium. Yes, sir.
Yeah, Belgium. Yeah. What are they trying to say, right? You know, this government, no, they try to can give excuse now because they don't do something bad. The one can try to tell we say native property and they sell like Kinjimi don't they we no born itself. Belgium. Belgium don't they we no born itself. We back come we be there. We all don't do business day. So now because they don't go do something we not good. Now the community, the one can defend the police. I don't know the minister we go talk say how native property they sell it. Now I know say native property they sell it. Now I know. Now not go they talk true. People are not go they talk true. Believe, because now they don't go do bad thing like Kinjimi now. Now the one can talk say like say now bad now Kinjimi na native property. Not so anything like Kinjimi na native property. We all be don't sell like Kinjimi. Would they buy legal property or would they sell day? Yeah, so now people they don't get it. They make a living business. They don't do under from origin. We not born it. People they sell under. We back don't come. We don't go sell day because now they don't go do bad now the community. Now because now they then a government. They want try for turn around now. Say now thief property sell like Kinjimi. This policeman will talk that all day. Now God go pay up because they want defend the people. They don't go thief now Swazi. We don't go do bad now Kinjimi. Now make you one begin talk so. We all don't do business from Swazi like Boston Street, Belgium. We don't do business under from how many years? We don't come out there, we don't carry Europe. That's the within a Kinjimi they exist because them they don't go do bad na Kinjimi now and Belgium, because they want defend the whole topic now. Now make it cow this say that simple party is like Kinjimi. What did they talk about? What did they talk about? Even when they talk say we don't go buy na Kinjimi, they don't go buy na Kinjimi when they talk to. If the policeman they talk, we don't go buy na Kinjimi, Belgium. Trust me, we don't do business center for a very long time, right? Right? We don't do business. And
yes.
Me now one businessman from Swazi, like Boston Street, Belgium. Anybody who sabi me, they say the youngest millionaire now like Boston Street. So I know about like Boston Street, Belgium, Swazi. So this policeman they can't talk saying that people is selling that because one defend nobody don't go do bad. Now make it a talk so. You know, me family una back release, una back how they do that here. Una know about Belgium. Una know about Belgium. Right?
Yeah.
That defend you want defend the people who don't go do bad. Trust me.
Yeah, I said it, my brother, because I say I was
Thank you very much. He asked me. It really paid me.
Yeah. Yeah, that statement will
Thank
make
you.
me self not agree with them because I know say legal people they where they sell legal stuff. So for come up with that blanket statement, they say that thief property then they sell it was not sitting well with me too. So now we take the other caller. Thank you very much. Caller, good evening. What's in your name and who side they call from, please? Hello, caller. What's in your name, please, and who side they call you from?
Okay.
Go ahead, caller, please.
Yeah, I mean, I call from Maryland.
Okay, go ahead, Mr. Abraham. Go ahead, sir. What do you get for me?
Miss Fadima and Mr. Shilon, may God bless you now. May God continue for provide for now. What you do so, now a great thing I do for you. Now real sacrifice. Because now only they will make the know what you go na salon. You know, Sierra Leoneans, let's be honest with ourselves. You know, let's not say because nowadays today, because what I don't see na salon now, na teach for that. For say when we come with the canton and give. Now in the political country. SLPP, APC, the politician, also the party, now the politician there, now they don't destroy that country. They will not honest to ourselves. The police, the ultimate we can blame them, they're not independent. How the police can for be independent? We be say the IG, now the president of the day, now get for appoint the IG. And we don't see a lot of videos there, opposition, and they say, then they support the government of the day to the last. And we don't see how they execute their duties there. Now, when they try for say, then they ban the marshals there. Okay, we know they against that. We appreciate say, make them ban there. But if they say they ban the marshal there, what in this your team, where SLPP gets now the party, where they go all over now the country. Any side where they say elections, any side where you see minister, this your team here, you get for it is them day. When they see military man there, we would now then country there, would they wear combat. So Jaman they be proud of that, how they wear them. But when you go salon, wear combat. So Jaman they ask if you a soldier or you get any relative in a soldier man, they pull out. They pull anything on the na street, they say that now for the summer. But then guy there they see that then they wear combat. I don't see this soldier thing, they don't make one old video. The guy he get everything about soldier combat, so he don't wear need to like saying that soldier man. Then they go around the country. No soldier man they ask them say, why not wear anything from there? So then they try for tell we say, then they can't try for empower then guys there for go and disturb the opposition and the other people in the country. Now look what happen now Belgium. They were both there. We know what to conspire. This give information, this give different information. Now, when they don't do what they for do, they say they come back na net and they make sure say they don't give people a light. Because not for like you say, na light na start fire deal. People and they all give testimony when they say then SLP members there, they sabi the guy there, where can they say they come back na net for come finish what they start. They come, they can't destroy their property. Now look what they go at the country more now. Somebody say they survive. Then go destroy their business and they. How they live and live with their family there? This is really sad.
Yeah.
And now Belgium, they way they get people in America now, all over the world. Where they send property to them, brother and sister, they make them go to business. Then I think property there. You know that will justify. For say you go categorize everybody say nothing for bad in the cell. You know fear. IG let be careful. Let no say we say then not for the last thing. People have been done the day before and before in the day. Let be careful. Now we they serve, not to the president they serve, not to the government they serve. Now we the salon people they serve because now we the taxpayer money and they pay them. Let's be honest with ourselves. And politicians too, then they misuse someone for borders they will not get idea. Because me, even when I'm in this salon, one not being get nothing, work on college, and not get job. And all I work to a politician. I make sure say I fight for myself. Say God make I win the Viakana here. And I tell God thank you. But one day I not follow a politician say, I say, hey sir, ma, your body no. But some people they not get idea. Some of them they don't born there after the war. So that means they know what's in a war. That means they don't care. We all witness what's in a war, and if you say we want let politician go give me rum or any other drugs for that, go fetch for her. When in family they and that, they go fetch for her. You know.
Oh, this is sad. This is sad. Why they are you young brother them, we young picking them, then they talk of their experience, and this is crazy. It is really crazy, and we get for do something about it. We get for do something about it because these are dangerous breeds. because this baba they're not afraid of nothing. They're ready for die. They can die for the politicians. If I let you take the two you put on their face, they go ready for kill you for politician them. And this is sad. This is sad. This is sad because you really experience of these young men. They would have not left the country for better pastures. And they're speaking of the experiences. And this scholar from Maryland, Mohammed, I think in name, they talk of the things that some people and they would have fumbled and they send things them for. Now then they go sell them. Then Tonoba forgets them business and they antomot and then profit and all that kind of stuff. Then they. But let's take another caller. Then I go bring on our in. Then we go to the other topic of today. Let me take another caller, please. Call a name, please, and who's the call from? Yes, sir. Go ahead, please. Yes, sir. Go ahead, please.
I just so full of talk. I just so full of me as in as much as I'm concerned, as an Inspector General of Police and supposed to get an off in positions. Because how you as an Inspector General of Police, they wait to pass with some happen, then you retaliate. Say okay, but in fact, all the items to the send a Belgium native property there. You say you be there all along. Now the boys they almost supposed for pull in business registration paper with the logo meter. It's just like when you're in a job, you don't do something a bad thing. Then your boss say, now they can't implement you. For which you don't do. Then you say if you grab now say, now so to this policy you don't do, this policy you don't kill policy or you don't thief money. If I am your boss, right away I defy you. Because why? You want to take an excuse for do things then. I defy you right away there. Outside be there. Now something similar like that, I just of don't know, as an Inspector General of Police, where you hold the highest position in the country as a security. You see? Then thing also they get to stop. This they cause back an increase in thuggery and robbery in the country. Big time. Like for example, I get somebody in Belgium, they way don't beg me $500. Wait, see, if I get this money also, make her not ever talk to her again, make her not call her, that business it go Ola. And it do very well. Now all of a sudden, everything they don't go burn everything. And I know they get plenty of people in the way be to say they get last money with they do business day. Now they don't go burn. Let me say if I just so full and all the rest of the security guards there, we go do this avoc here. Because you get conviction, somebody get conviction today, then tomorrow morning, and not see that again. The business all they don't burn, they don't burn. It's a clear picture that they do the avoc. What people are for them, and then people they get families there. They get people to take care of. What if we take for be the next action? Now thuggery and robbery, thief, killing it for both the country. Because these people they don't get work for do. This is how they depend on business. And these people they do things in a very highly diplomatic manner for get people involved in things that will be to say not illegal things there. Because I just forgot to talk. Well, these people now things saying they don't they do things they say illegal stuff there. Now this just for blind the fool. So that's your contribution.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Let the caller there hold on small. Hold on the call small. Caller there, una please be patient. I will come to una very soon. But this caller also make a point. The commissioner they deflect from go away from the issue. The issue was because I saw a video where a guy say them beat him. Then where then go there, he go lay complaint, then he go call reinforcement. But when then come, the issue at hand was person, don't fet person, you forgot identify the person, and then can you go to a station and then go do the investigation. But no, these other people came, the police could not stop these people coming with a riot, a gang of people. And that was the case on point. But then now Sovola, the commissioner, comes here and says, oh, they're all native man, na Belgium, native team, and then they sell. And the issue at hand was, then they say them jump on a keke, Ingo call talk them for come in company there in soldier team them for come, then the police then come, then they begin shoot tear gas and shoot fire, and next thing you know, we see fire go up and things are inflamed, people and livelihood all lost. But yet the police commissioner come out and say they all in Belgium na 15 and then they sell, they let everybody. This not the statement where the caller just make. Mr. Shilon, as a lawyer, how you see this quick, we'll just take 2 minutes, you and Kutubu, then we go back to the
Okay.
caller and then we'll go to the next one, please.
All right. Now, I am not sure. I think we'll go back and review the tape or the video. I'm not sure. I have no reason to defend IG Sovula. But I'm not sure he say all the people that would sell in Belgium are thieves or then they sell stolen goods. That wasn't what I heard. Of course, address the real issue about the violence perpetuated by some other people. Then. But I now recall he say people that would sell in Belgium, not to hardworking people, then they're all thieves or stolen goods. I think we have to be careful for characterize within the IG say in that sense. And when some people in the attack and say, well, deserve the position of an IG, that may be so. Because when we talked just now, I raised the issue that police training is important. It doesn't seem like we get proper policing. All of these things, because you see, a lot of times we are just concerned about effect, result. We're not focus on causes. Because IG Sovula is a product of the rotten system where exists. You can replace IG Sovula, you are not still going to get a better result because anybody will replace them, they work from within that system, they were not efficient. But you see, so we have to be careful who does the talk for say, people say, deserve the position. Yeah, you pull and accommodate, that may be so. But who's going to replace him? Somebody more competent? Unless we can say that. So for the deal with causes, IG Sovula in statement, probably carefully phrase them, that Belgium's certain stolen goods are sold there. But the majority of the people that were in Belgium, they would do business, now hardworking, sincere, dedicated people. But again, I stand to be corrected. I did not hear him say everybody where they sell in Belgium, now stolen goods then they sell.
I go ask the technical team. The technical team go cue that thing there for if you able. We
He
will
did
come to
say
that later.
some people to sell stolen goods, So that's one thing. Then the thing about registration of businesses. What I understand about the registration is say some people them, because maybe they try to make a distinction. You can be a registered business person and still buy. I know people in Sierra Leone will get stored. They get stored. These business people and they buy stolen goods. So it don't necessarily mean just because my point was against the IG for say if you business register, not necessarily mean you cannot buy stolen goods. So it's not the people the way they do the hand to mouth. That was my point. My point was you cannot say because the person get registration, he is free of criminality. They themselves can do the same thing. There are a bunch of successful people who buy stolen goods all the time and resell them. That's the only point. So I was saying IG Sovula in characterization was misguided because if you get registration, not necessarily mean you are above possessing and selling stolen goods. That was the point I was trying to make. Then the gentleman said he disagreed with me on some issues, which I appreciate because I think sometimes you don't want people to agree with you all the time. The gentleman from Ivory Coast, we talk about some issues there. But the point about the Ivory Coast situation, to me, is a simple thing. We don't have to go too deep into the system. Ivory Coast is by far more developed than Sierra Leone for a variety of reasons. One of which is the infrastructural system where Ivory Coast gets. Because we understand that Ivory Coast was colonized by the French, who were colonized by the British. The British and the French had completely opposing system of colonization. With the British, they get what you call indirect rule. The French then get what you call direct rule. So all colonies of France were considered constituency of France. Ivory Coast, Senegal, all these countries had representation at the General Assembly in France. Ivory Coast ran the colonies as if they were provinces and districts of France. They were hands-on operation. I mean, they insisted on it. We, the British train, we get the indirect rule. The British then set we up, then give we Governor General, then give we this. Then they rule from England, but we're not. We in Australia not to be member of the British Parliament. Well, whereas the Africans were members of the French General Assembly. So that give we different level of development. We for understand that. So that gentleman, the young guy, where they talk about the development of Ivory Coast, of course, most of we know that. We not even come close in terms of infrastructural development. But now because of the system, Ivory Coast will always do better because the French to this day consider Ivory Coast as part of France, as far as residency or living there together is concerned. So, but I mean, it's good to disagree because we'll forget diversity of ideas and opinions. But I don't want we mischaracterize anything when a government official say, way not to say because we don't want to contribute into.
We will ask them to cue it and we go listen to them back. But let's go to Kutubu, let's take the call of them. Kutubu, Professor, waiting, you don't agree with caller they don't say and you don't agree what you want to add for the conversation.
Well, the only thing we need to add now is to be like this. As we approach 60 years of independence, we ask ourselves if some of the infrastructures there or institutions there where we get it actually deserve we. If we say no, then we ask the next one, how do we go? They can only detox it, not to all them we need for kind of World Bank, IMF, European Union, and other they ask for money. No, not to all them. Sometimes you need technical help. Perhaps if we don't say the British model of police study work, perhaps Naime could get an ambassador now, where as God we have it. In a be part of the police system now, the security system now. Even that body camera where the police they were now in idea than the ambassador who get now, Mr. Y. Perhaps about time let the government engage Y. How you think they will actually improve with police? So then we could recommend, so you know what though? They'll also appeal to America. Then they go see how they will, structure with police for winner. Because they can say, if you call 911 and they also get advanced, that sometimes you don't even need for you address. Because they know so not to everybody go, but they know so that calling commodity they will can in no time. So these are all the things because the police, if we talk about say we get a society, the security now foremost, America foremost now the security now are in corner. I mean they know the even that incident will take place under Congress. You see how they nip and you see how they address them. You see, so me a contribution to this, perhaps about time, low cast we need somewhere, low look if we're able to change the trajectory of how the things they go. The British system don't fail we, perhaps the American system of policing, perhaps it will help with. Now me own contribution on that.
Yeah, thank you so much. Let's take some caller them. They'll go to the next topic. Let's take 2 or 3 quick. Caller, evening, what's your name and who's you call from, please? Thank you for holding, caller. What's your name? Who's you call from? Okay, we don't get the caller yet. Caller, you there at the line? Thank you for where you they wait to where you get patient. Go ahead, please. What do you want to say? What's your name? Who's you call from, please?
Hello.
Yes, go ahead, please call our name, please, and say the call. How are you?
Okay, my name is Zainab. I call from Canada.
Yes, Miss Zainab, go ahead, please, madam.
Yeah, what I want to say, the IG, the way he reacts is bad. And when they make somebody as a leader for head position, you get to know when you address situation and how you address the situation. The situation at Belgium, all man, okay, they sell thief things and they Belgium not they exist for long. Some people and they wait this a lot of people and they do legal business. Like the woman we give reports, where they explain himself. Now cool man he gets. Cool man self na illegal business. The IG, if you know certain people and they do illegal business, if you don't advise them before time, you understand eh?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Line you go. So
No, go
if
ahead.
the
Go ahead.
IG don't, if confusion don't happen between the two people or the two groups, for now, if another nothing for see, if we don't talk it, then they go into investigation for now. Not to for just go straight away and attack the Belgian people after they don't burn them places, outside they defend their living. You know they do that, and now they tell them they invite the police and the bankers and the education people now. Not to the moment for adverse, not to that way they for adverse the situation for now. If we don't handle that way, where we say we put the two parties into cool situation, make them all calm down before ever I handle them, you know, in a professional way. So that Mr. Shilo, I know only you cover that mandate. The man really know as address the situation as a professional leader. He head the police. I don't say make it defend the police, but for the civilian the way they get, he get for put them through the day into cool situation, put them calm down first before ever he able to address the situation. Everything that they happen, all kind of the world, they get places where they tell you things in all kind. Some people in the come America then go, na salon, they no get money. They take them phone, they want sell them. Na thief phone, not a thief phone. So now Belgium type, now they go, you get anything and you sell them. We be say we get money quick. That's my own contribution. Now, thank you very much.
Thank you, darling, my Zainab. Thank you. Next person, please. Next caller, name and where you call from.
Hello.
Yes. Good evening, caller. What's your name? Where you call from, please?
Yeah. Menaji, I call from London.
Yeah. Go ahead, please.
Yeah. I want to talk about the IG where they try to defend. Which happened in Belgium. Right?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. The IG, for me, I don't like what he talk against the Belgian people. Them. Very, very wrong. Right? Not only Belgium they sell cheap property. Swazi they sell cheap property there. PZ they sell cheap property there. Regent Road, Roddy Street they sell cheap property there. So why they go say Belgium now they nobody they sell cheap property there. Then kill one big man. Then 1 year ago, then kill one big man. When they go rob your house, they kill him. In phone, who said they catch him? Now Belgium they catch him. Now Swazi they catch the phone. When they go sell to somebody, right? One big man they be killed na Swazi and na house. When they go sell a phone in Swazi, we all be there saloon that day, right? So I they go say no one na Belgium nobody sell property. So what did they try to talk so that right, really right. So you get for withdraw this statement back. Why they go ban the people them? They not for sell na Swazi for now. Why? Na Belgium. Why? Now Albany, Belgium done there for a long time. Yeah. So this is not fine. Because now the people defend their living, now everybody they feeding family. So why they go ban Belgium? People are not for selling. Because now I've been already this long time. They say because Belgium people they listen to Adebayo, he odios them. So they don't get this plan for short out Belgium. They say because the Belgium sellers them, then they put speaker for listing Adebayo in odios them. So they don't get this long time na their mind. Now make the plan for short out Belgium. So I know about this.
Okay, this is a new one. Thank you for letting us know this. This is a new one here.
So now make them count all this now. The IG try to ban Belgium. business up for go day. Now this make it happen. Trust me. Now this is my contribution. Thank you very much.
What is your name again? Ibrahim. Thank you.
Haji. I live in London.
Oh, okay. Hadi.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Hadi. Thank you so much. And that's a big one. That's a big one we come across now, because I not been catch that day na social media then days because I not been listen to everything. But that's another possibility where people and they talk about say now that's make the commissioner of police. But according to Adi from England, he on talk that day. Next caller, please, name and who side they call from. Good evening. Hello, caller.
Hi, this is Zainab from England.
Hello, Miss Zainab. How are you? Go ahead, please. What you get for say?
I'm fine.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
just
Go
want
ahead.
for talk small bit about this topic here, so we're on the floor.
Yes, ma'am.
And
Go
to
ahead.
start with the way how the IG talk, and not go down well with we at all, because if them be no say native property, then people and then they sell as a security man them, now them for don't put a stop to that. But since then they continue, then we don't do all these years when and now they can't talk, so it not go down well at all. It not go down well. That means now a slap on their face for the security sector. And again, this security thing within at this SALONE, so we within at the diaspora them now we own life then they at risk, because for example now so them go beat one man when our white man, I don't know whose partner at the country, where them chap that white man in head, in body, all them chap him. And we now where then at the diaspora them, not of us say some of we well to do, not of us say some of we get money, but at least we get family that will get for the go see. We get family that will get for the go meet. So, and now we now the target, because when we go, then they say, oh, this you don't carry dollar, this you don't carry with pound sterling, this you don't carry with euro. You see, so if something of the short happen, we not get no number for call, we not get nobody for go cry to. That means that we life then they at risk. And like we now so where we don't use to all thing and day. If you go yonder, you feel at home, feel at home at all. And then they even encourage we for we go na this country. Then they encourage we. And guess what? They all get security them. Then get security them inside them, host them, then get security then a door where they take care of them. Huh? But Motokano there, like how Fadima they talk. Huh? For say when you call the number for then they give you, then go talk say that's not the fear, not the. Then what's in the meaning of them? What's in the work when they do? What's in the work when they do? It's so shameful. It's so sad. And again, this government every day with the area lala, every day with the area lala, every day. It's too much. Me, I don't really understand. And when you look back, they say na SLPP youth them, SLPP marshal them. Now they don't create this. Now they don't create this. Huh? That means the country, the one SSF where votes them put them inside SSF not glad for them. All that one day and then they see them, and then they go down well with we. When we picking and then they see all them things they also where they happen. How then go get the mindset say mama no go work out now we country. And then they happen, it not go be so. That's just
Thank you so much. Sorry, in 3 minutes and you time up. That's why you get cut off. Let's go to the other caller. Because this is security issue, na big issue na any side, na life. You know, you want to feel secure. You want to feel. I get one my friend. We're holding at the army. He sent me a message yesterday. What is going on? What is really going on? in your country, what is really going on with all this craziness and all the madness. You know, I mean, it is so sad, you know, because you want to feel secure, you want to go, you relax. Yes, we know say then country has Chief Monday, but guess what? There are things that you put in place. Like me also, I get security, I get camera, and if I able to sit down, I dial 911, and also somebody go come to me rescue. If I dial 911, even if I not talk, send me location and no say I get. They go able to send me location. Or if I know able to call, they get SOS for the iPhone them now and the other phone them. You get SOS where you go just push. You go save your life for saying PS go show the location where you day. And not that it is safer over here, but there are things in place that make you feel safe, that make you feel safer. But when you go to your own home, you want to go, but then who that they protect you, who that they preserve you, who that they try for help you and all that kind of thing a day. But let me go to caller. Caller, please, name please, and who side they call from.
This Yasuna, Auntie Fatima, how are you? This Yasuna Piman from Philadelphia, how are you? How's it going?
Yes, Mr. Pima, my brother, how are you doing?
You know, but long time. I know.
Yes,
but
long
make
time
a
indeed.
to the point, you understand? You
Yes,
see, when they say Sierra Leone, waiting to make we country, we see all this, we country no structure. Don't wait. You will get power for the day, you day above the law. When I in the happen so in Sierra Leone. Because like this lawlessness, we don't see them from decades. Now we don't get social media. We don't make everything waiting be there for dark in the council light, you understand?
Yes.
Then they give everything in detail. And with waiting happens on Belgium, you as an IG, you don't need a police for the past 20 years. That place they don't operate. It come up from Kinjimi. Now they didn't come from that Belgium, they don't start. Now the same branch them. When they say use things them from decades. Why make una not ban them people and they una no for say the things that when they sell now 15 them? Why make the city they make then they pay that city tax when they pay every month when they give them ticket when they sell when they trader then they sell. If they're not for certain people they have to now in legit the thing that when they sell and see things then why make una they encourage them? You understand? And though with you the IG you don't see the things don't take place. Then but then they come on at the SLPP office. Then go rob them poor but then they. You understand? When they defend themselves, you not even at the SLPP, but then because of your own government way so you the support for the day. You understand? We don't account to politics for with it. But the way how the IG show, like for say the guy in Belgium, they are nothing. They are just bunch of criminals. Because I saw he say that Belgium place, then guy then they trust people and money, then they trust people and business. Then business they all legit. If you come out abroad, you go down there, you short of money or you motor car not sell. You don't go let you motor car give them, then buy them. Don't they send the money for you? Then they do not send them legit. You understand? Now and at them the IG they go say make them go with them papers then. When the IG intercept don't buy stuff then they. You don't buy stuff then they. Now because of they get power, the people they not get power, the poor guys there, when they waste so from them be the thief, but they stop all then they can't do now legit business now. When they manage their life, when they not create job for them, when they go see them business they're not legit. Able to America so usa we day. We get a free market there. When they go sell used things them. Why make the police and not go stop them? Any side is in at the wall. But you they can't say the guy them business so they forgo China, Dubai. It's no so pure advantage then they see so the poor people when they not get voice. And but the thing what you actually always they say Sierra Leoneans they get to fight for rights for themselves. If the people say now God they come up for can't talk to them, you know get for possible. If the people say now the government they can't talk to them, you know get for possible. Because of them same government people they are so now they when they say election time, then they go to this Asaya base, then they go to this Belgium, then they go talk to them people there, una can't vote for we, una make this. Now, when now I don't get power, the people that's here. Is that the right way? Thank you very much. I think the time done. Now I know how to get.
Thank you so much, my brother P-Man. Thank you very much. Thank you. Almost more call we go take. Let we go try for wrap up because we're not going to go to the second. We're not going to go to the second one today. The second talk today where we want to talk about because we want to ask waiting at the alternative for APC and SLPP because we've been getting audio where Kande Yunkela talk about both. We go bring next week come if we're not able to go there today. Call our name please and who are you they call we from?
Hello, viewers. This is Umaru, the call from Switzerland.
Yes, Mr. Omar, go ahead, my brother. How are you?
One thing first, we really disappointed in the police force so we get in that country. You know, I watched the video, but again, with the ask again, who said the parliament day? Civil societies them. Because if such thing happened, we forget authorities the way for call the IG to order. At least if we step aside for now until this investigation, because it already takes sides. You know, a program been there today na AYV, and are fortunate for call na the program and ask question. You know, that the police PRO make a clear say no to the IG that now somebody don't go down photo shorter or now somebody go down edit the video put on the social media. You see? So which means even the police then deny say no to the IG. But we some of we get very close to the office that we know how the office they were, we know say that IG na inside office he left that video. So for like the man the PRO they on record today, they tell me say no to the IG and somebody go down edit that video because right now everything they go on social media, which means if they try for deny, in as much as they try for deny, what did the IG do? Don't show say the IG na bad thing it do. Don't show say the IG already take sides. Any kind of result they come out of that investigation, they it's not going to be a genuine result. So what we foresee now civil society, parliament, and other authorities that were responsible for calling the IG to order. For tell us, say, we need to take you off from your job. But this particular case, if we get no answer at this case until they investigate this case, because why? It already takes sides.
Yeah.
Then this brings you again to when they vet people in the parliament. You see, now then we problem. When you vet somebody, now then you go for watch. You go for watch the person in past, you go for watch in political career, you go for watch this person an independent person before ever when they put her into the position. But for let una go approve somebody in a parliament just within 2 years, they behave like this na public. Don't you say the parliament don't fail we. You know, don't you say we need an alternative. We need an alternative, not even kind of new cadre, but an independent alternative. We're not going to do with APC, SLPP, with NGC, because they all don't fail we. I tell you, thank you very much for the program.
Thank you so much, Mr. Omar. Thank you. Let we take another call, please. We can't wrap up because we don't pass 2 hours and we try for the keep close to tight to 2 hours. Call a name, please, and who side they call we from? Hello, caller. Hello, caller. Good evening. What's your name and who side they call from, please? Okay, the caller is there.
Yeah, I call from Ohio. My name Mamekano.
Yes, Mr.
Hello?
You can turn down what you listening to we for me.
Okay, I don't read this.
Thank you. Go ahead, please.
Hello?
Yes, go ahead, please.
Okay. Yeah, well, what are they talking now is that with government na SALONE, na the president na him with the blame for anything so far. What you make with the blame this president? Okay, hold on. I need to turn this off.
Yeah,
Hold
turn
on.
her off, please. Please, yeah. They give feedback.
Hello, you get me now?
Yes, very clear. Thank you.
Okay,
Go ahead.
the government now SALONE, and they call from where you are name American. The government now SALONE. All this what would they do so, Papa, Mama, we just a struggle no more. We dey struggle. I like we talk now. I like 100 civil society then in Africa na SALONE. I like 100 medias then day because what happen is that the government of the day don't camouflage the medias, they don't camouflage the civil servant. You know, you don't make them in a way that the people then they know they execute their duties properly. You understand? And all what did happen so it started at the first day where this regime come to power. Lord talk the truth. If we not talk the truth, now politics will they talk now. If anybody say no to politics, tell and say a lie. Now politics will they talk now. Politics need criticisms, politics need praise. So that people then they change for let and left for do bad thing. You understand? Hello, compare the regime of Anes Kuruma, although then the thief, then they do everything, but we get peace and security. You understand? We'll not get killings, we'll not get these thuggeries and other things all going around. Now we have, that's why we kick them out of power. Now we get a regime like this, where come, he say it bring come everything possible for let people to feel comfortable. Now you don't deny the power, I understand. Look what you would see now, unrest, killing, and then school. Look what happened with the school picking and day. You know, the Chicago band. They picking and they all rush, they can't vandalize. Because what they see, they are very disgruntled. Everybody don't disgruntled. Now SALONE. And all this year what they happen, so party, SLPP party, you see, talk them, team up, we don't ready for fete, we don't ready for fete. Are we at war? Then they train people them. Then they train people, they no more, then they train people, they no more. Even civilian, they say then they train them for fitness. Well, after the training, do those civilians have jobs? No, they don't have jobs. What will happen if I see, you don't train me, I not get job, I see some side. Ibo, myself I go take because myself I get for feed me woman. Is that why you train me for? For fitness no more, you left me so, you know, give me job. So all these things are trigger the things, the bad thing, the way they go on at SALONE. What the president never condemn this. He just you don't know, you know they talk. So all this what they do, so Papa, we don't suffer we self no more until the president change before ever SALONE change. If the president don't change positively, SALONE is not going to change. And I like civil societies then talk, in fact media they then don't camouflage them, then don't swallow them, and then big gap. All that day, I swear to God, it not going ever happen. SALONE president for change for good. Now for that vote and to power. And you be nothing so you be everything we don't vote and to power. Now president of SLPP, president of NGC, president of APC, president of all. You understand? You know for behave, you president, you know for behave as if you are in election. We are not in election. Govern, deliver, change positively. Now that's no more again for Teuna. The president ain't get the problem for all this. Now talk to the president, let change. Now no more again for Teuna, Papa, Mama. Bye.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I love your energy. I love your thing. This is the voice of Sierra Leone. Everybody voice matter. Everybody opinion matter. You know, we respect one another. We listen to one another, and we pick the sense for try for bring the change where we all want for see. You know, the change we go better people them. The change we go bring SALONE come on usha we day, because it's like the world don't left we bien. We day bien. But we see half good thing and they happen at the country, and one of the thing them where they happen, you know, a lot of people they're not happy with the police commissioner statement may make, and I am one of them too, because I was like it generalize and blankets, you know, everybody as like a thief goods, and people they don't come with conspiracy theories. One of the callers say it is because they're listening to Adebayo and I make them target them. They're all the other area, then the Swazi area, the PZ area, the whatever area, the Godrich Street area, Tiffman, and they where they sell stolen goods. And that one we know that people and they were the thief. Even in America, we have shoplifters that go steal in the stores. When I've been there in New York, and they open them boots. they open them boots, then go na like Fordham Road or wherever, they open their trunk, then get in there when they sell when a stolen good. But you know, say if the policeman catch you, they buy stolen goods, then go charge you with that. So you have to be careful where they buy and all that, not to condone stealing or whatever. But yeah, but so we see a job where the Akisoya do this week where he puts in a page where I go ask for let and show and quick for we, and he gets a plant for this dirty where we country we been get bombe na King Tom then call him bombe. Now they from all small they get that dirty box that dirty side pile heaps of heaps and heaps, and the landfill is waiting and call, and now we don't see they don't begin make a recycle plant where they use that dirty there for recycle they don't join on with some organization them where they use the dirty now for recycle and then turn it into fertilizer and kind of some kind water where they go use for this is development. This is development. We also been see again another one. I don't think we get the picture right now, but this is a good job. This is vision. This is transforming Freetown. And the mayor in the game, somebody don't join on with them. And I've been talking on the mayor last week. Say the SEC commissioner they get award from international bodies, international top world people the way we all say now first world country them. That's how we define them. Because now they run the economy of the world, they recognize them, and this mayor, yeah, so they recognize them na Time magazine. If they put you in a Time magazine inside America, that means you're doing something. The world is watching, and this is one of the projects them where they don't bring for can recycle with dirty. So now then get outside and they put the dirty where they go recycle, I will go use them as fertilizer and other kind thing them where go affect the environment. Then that land they now serve sometimes they can use them for something else because the slum areas, the stuff, all that congestion, that's why we all they die and all that kind of thing. But yeah, we get for roundup. We don't come to the end of the program. Tomorrow is International Women's Day, and holiday na Freetown. It is International Women's Day. They start in the 1908 in America, where the woman then be the march for labor law rights. They be the march for thing. Women's International Women's Day. Women's Day is just a civil it's just a right for human rights, because a lot of time they don't deprive we the women. We don't have a voice on the tables. Who say the man then they talk for the longest time. The man then don't dominate the world. So let us remember tomorrow. It is and I've been watch a program where say it is not about giving woman flower or say Happy Women's Day. It's about fighting the cause of a woman. It's about the woman's right to their body. It's about the woman's right to equal pay. It's about the woman's right for let the man look at the woman like you are my equal. That is the word women have been fighting from 1908, and then United Nations picked it up in 1977, where say March 8 is International Women's Day. So let us fight the fight of women. Let us give Sierra Leone, I keep saying it, I have said it a long time now, that it is time for we forget a woman president too. Let us bring the women on the table. Let the woman lead for once. Maybe if the woman lead, not to pick on the men, but maybe the woman go in the right direction where we need for go. It is Women's Day tomorrow. Support your women, support the rights of women. Let say you cannot be domestic violence. You cannot beat woman because you get power. You cannot say the woman not for talk. You cannot say the woman don't have the right to their body. If you then a woman married to you, if I say today attire cooks me, but not force yourself for me. All them things that they all are women's right. I have a right to my body. I have to have my voice on the table. So till next week, I can always say, we go come back. We get for know who done the alternative as we approach 60 years. What is the alternative we'll get? In this video I get of Kande Yumkela, we get for Kawita, and maybe an NGC guy go join we because they be supposed to join we today. Go join we, and we go come back next week by God in power. Stay safe. Corona is real. Corona kills. Let we all try for do the right thing. And it is too easy to do the right thing. Sometimes, we are weak, but let we support one another. Let we lift one another up. I love you all. God is love. If I'm shining today, don't be jealous of me. Work on yourself. Go work on yourself. Go seek self-improvement. Tomorrow the sun will be over you, and I have the cloud over me every dog game day, everything. So I love you all, and remember, God is love. So I pass on to my co-host. Let God continue for work on we, for guide we. Because like how one of we call it and say, not to God they can do the work. Now we mortal man they do the work. And what do we want? Next week we will come back by God in power with long life and well body, because that one we cannot control. So till next week, I say I salute you all. I pass on to my co-host them. May them give the last word and then we're out. Thank you.
Professor, go first.
Good night to everybody.
Thank you. Okay.
Okay, likewise, Naya. I'm glad that the debate, the contribution was very lively. So it was in the spirit of the show. So I'm glad when I tune in. We hope more people will tune in next time. Thank you very much.
Yes, one more time, just share. And when I come back next week, I love you all. I love you all. God is love. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, I'm hot.
All right, I think I will assume.
Yes. Yes, Martin Logo. Glad to have a finishing.
So that we go live tomorrow when we die. But now you see things they done they change. Power struggle don't overcome we all. Now let we join and make better salon. So let we try.
Okay. Oh, okay. Okay. No problem, boss.
It's about almost 6 o'clock for our brother, so.
It happens to never come on time. And then Kevin.
If we not